Good morning, and welcome to Morning Gospel Fuel with Mr. G. Happy Monday. Um, it is Monday, February 7th. I forgot that on Saturday, that marked the beginning of year 3 of doing this, meaning I am in my final year of doing the Daily Gospel on YouTube, because then the entirety of the Gospels, both the weekday and the weekend Gospels, Sunday Gospels, will be on YouTube. So I'm down to under a year, which feels good. It feels good. That's why I can focus on different ways of prayer. So anyway, it is Monday, February 7th, the fifth week of Ordinary Time, and it is the feast day of Saint Egidio Maria of St. Joseph. And he was born in the 1700s as Francesco Pontillo, but he ended up becoming a Franciscan brother rather than an ordained priest due to his lack of proper education. So he dedicated himself to the care of the poor and the ill in southern Italian cities, primarily Taranto and Naples, where he ended up earning the nickname of the Consoler of Naples. So he did a lot of good, even though he was not very well educated overall. So anyway, he is the patron saint of Taranto in Italy, as well as of sick people, those people that are outcast, and of children, as well as people that are looking for work. So that is Saint Egidio Maria of St. Joseph. So he must have had a pretty high devotion to St. Joseph, I'd imagine. And Mary. Maria of St. Joseph is pretty cool. Anyway, today's gospel is from Mark chapter 6, verses 53 through 56. Let's begin in the name of the Father, Son, and Spirit. Amen. After making the crossing, they came to land at Gennesaret and tied up there. As they were leaving the boat, people immediately recognized him. They scurried about the surrounding country and began to bring in the sick on mats to wherever they heard he was. Whatever villages or towns or countryside he entered, they laid the sick in the marketplaces and begged him that they might touch only the tassel on his cloak. And as many as touched it were healed. So we've got the healings at Gennesaret, and one must assume that all the sick people that came to Jesus had such a deep faith and a deep conviction and trust that Jesus can and would heal them if it was God's will to make them cured. Because we see that often, every time that there's, most times I would say, there are immense healings, that there is a deep faith. Because Jesus, we have to trust and believe that Jesus can heal us and that he will answer our prayers. Otherwise, he's not going to. If we go back to different parts of scriptures where Jesus could not perform any miracles in his hometown, it's because people lacked faith, because they had this limited perspective of what Jesus was and who he was, because they knew who he was. He was just a son of a carpenter, of Joseph. He was just your regular Joe Schmo, and they couldn't believe that he was the Son of God. So not many miracles were performed at home. But then here at Gennesaret, you can see that it's completely opposite, that he healed every single one. It said as many as touched his tassel on his cloak were healed, meaning that this town had to be booming and just busting at the seams with faith, knowing that Jesus could heal them. But they endured a lot of pain and suffering to reach that level of faith. And I think that we could relate to that a lot. I know I relate to that a lot in my own personal discernment of just trying to deepen my faith and trust that the Lord is going to reveal to me what he wants from me in his time rather than my own. And that waiting period just produces a deeper and deeper and deeper level of faith that the trust ultimately will come in time. And it just gets stronger over time, so that eventually once I touch the cloak of the tassel of Jesus, I'll be healed, and then I can get to the point of making a decision on on what I feel like God's calling me to do with my life. And so it's a constant battle, and it's a worthwhile battle, and just trusting that the Lord can never be outdone in generosity. And we too, like all these people that approach Jesus, we need to approach Jesus as well and bring everything to Him, and touch His cloak and His tassel on His cloak in a spiritual level, and know and trust that Jesus will reveal and heal what He needs to in His time. We just got to trust the preparation process. So try to reach the faith of the people at Gennesaret today and every day. So have a great day. God bless. Keep it real. Amen. In the Father, Son, and Spirit. Amen.